Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, let's talk about done with you, done for you, or doing it yourself. Hello, amazing people. My name is Kale Houser. Thank you for joining the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, we're going to reveal a couple little secrets that you may or may not know. More than likely you do if you've spent any sort of time in market research or even being a consumer of different types of programs. This is the concept of these three different levels of packages, one being the do-it-yourself, the done with you, and the done for you. You'll often see this as the DIY, the DWF, and the DFY. Okay. Now, if you are a business owner, if you are a leader that sells a product or a service that is offered to the general public, especially if it is in the coaching space, I would strongly encourage you to have these three levels of service, if at all possible. Now, certainly if you are an HVAC person, maybe a do-it-yourself package is not necessarily the best thing you can do. However, a little brainstorm here, part of that could be a air filter subscription package. Like, hey, sign up for this and our guys will drop off the exact air filters and the number that you need for your air exchanger in your attic every, month or 3 months, whatever that timeline is, to your doorstep. And then they can take that and go, oh, cool, and go put it in. That would be kind of like a do-it-yourself type of a package for an HVAC company. And then, of course, the done with you is, we'll show up and show you how to do it and teach you how to do this maintenance kind of thing. And then go on from there. That would be kind of a done with you. And then the done for you, of course, was, hey, every 2 months, we're going to show up with the air filters, air filters. And then we'll swap out your old ones and then do a checkup of your system, right? That's hey, we show up and we do all the work and we leave. And the homeowner has nothing to do with it outside of paying you on your subscription bill. Does that make sense? So I would highly encourage you, if you don't, start thinking about how can you offer these three levels of service? Because of course, what comes with these three levels of service is three different price points that can hopefully better ideally match your customer and the different types of customers you have, and maybe, their finance level or their interest in your product and how much they want to invest in that thing. And I want to use this analogy if you're having a difficult time thinking through this, if you're having a difficult time coming up with things, because there is such a simple business model that uses this so well, and that is the gym. That is the fitness center. At its basic, a DIY, a do-it-yourself gym membership is, here you go, here's your card, you pay us, we'll say $20 a month. These are our hours, whether they're 24/7 or from 4 a.m. to midnight, whatever the hours of our gym are. Here's your card. All you have to do is walk in, scan your card, and there you go. You have got free reign of all of our weights, all of our tracks, our treadmills, blah, 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 blah. Everything that's in our gym. Maybe it's fancy and you've got a pool and a hot tub and steam room and showers. You've got free reign of the place. It is yours to your heart's content. You can spend 10 hours a day here or a half hour, once a month, whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. This is a DIY plan. They offer nothing other than access. They offer nothing other than the ability to use their equipment in this gym analogy. Does that make sense? So it's the very basic. It's meant for the people that are either kind of trying it out. They don't even know if they like going to the gym. They've never lifted a weight in their life. So they kind of test the waters. But what are some pitfalls that go along with this? And of course, it's the cheapest price point, $20 a month, whatever that is. But what are the pitfalls? The pitfalls are, especially in the case of they've never lifted a weight before, the thought of getting on a treadmill is horrendous for them. They will quit because it is just themselves that show up. There's no accountability whatsoever. There's no encouragement. There's no education. There's no nothing other than access to the equipment. It is now still entirely up to them and their own internal struggles and doubts and whatever else going on in their brain to take advantage of the resources. You have provided the resources. Now, the second level is the done with you. Now, using our gym analogy, think of this as a group fitness class. All right, here's your gym membership class, or here's your gym membership card. These are our hours. These are all the equipment that you have access to, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and by the way, for an extra, say, $20 a month, so now we're at $40 a month, you have access to these group fitness classes. to where all you have to do is show up at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon and the instructor will guide you through everything. You don't have to figure out what weights. You don't have to figure out how to set up equipment, blah, 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 blah. But it is in a group setting. You will be in with other people, and some will be more advanced than you. Some will probably be less capable than you. There'll be men, there'll be women, younger, older, all the things. It's a group fitness class. It will not be tailored to you and you specifically for, maybe you've got back pain or a bad knee that you still are favoring and you're trying to figure that out. So doing a step class is a little bit outside of it. But it's that next level of service and that tiny bit of accountability, because maybe as you go several times, you start meeting people and the instructor knows your name. So when you don't show up, they're like, hey, we missed you in class Tuesday. And you get that little bit of like, oh yeah, I know I should have been there. I kind of dodged out, blah, blah, blah. I made an excuse. But that's a done with you type of a setting, is that group training classes. There's a formal leader, somebody that is in charge of the program and doing the guiding and directing of the exercises in this case. And all you have to do is follow along and show up. And hopefully you'll get the results, right? With that little bit of feedback and other changes in your life. And this is a program that quite honestly fits most people. It is the level of commitment that they are looking for. They understand that if just given the DIY, just given the gym membership, they're probably not going to show up very often because it's so much easier to stay home, especially if you live in a colder climate and it's 4 degrees outside, or even in a hot climate and it's 110 degrees outside, right? It's easier to stay in the air conditioning or the heat by the fireplace, by whatever the case is. But the group fitness classes, that's just that level of, all I have to do is go there and not think. I just walk through the door. I do what the instructor tells me and yells at me for the 45 minutes or an hour, and then I can go home. And this is honestly where most people are at, in that kind of mid-range, $40 a month. But then the next level is what? It's the done for you. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, in this case, that somebody that lifts the weights for you or, does the treadmill for the half hour. But this is the personal trainer. This is the person that is accountable to you and you are accountable to them. Now, of course, this is the most expensive because it is the most investment in yourself to get the results that you say you want. It is providing that accountability on a personal level. So, yep, you pay your $20, you get access to the entire facility. Maybe you pay that additional $20 so you can go to those group classes, maybe the recovery, the stretch class, the yoga class, whatever works for you. But then for an extra, let's call it $500 a month, you get Carlos over there. You get Sally. And man, do they know what they're doing. They've got a master's degree in, kinesiology or physical education, whatever it is that physical trainers do. They've got all the certifications. They've gone through the training. They know how to address your body type, whether you're 65 male or a 22-year-old female. They know how to provide you the exercises and guide you through so you don't get hurt, so you can last long term and you get the most results for what you want to achieve. It is personal training. It is done for you. Again, you have to show up. And again, you have somebody directing you, but what's the difference? They now know you. It is now just you and them. That is the done for you system. And of course, it drives the highest price tag. And for some people, this is the only thing they want and need. And I would argue if you are in a business model that doesn't even offer a done for you type of service or a level of service, you are leaving money on the table, because some people can afford that, $500 a month extra. Some people will buy your $10,000 package if all they have to do is say, here's the keys, take care of it. I'll be back. Let me know when it's done. The same with the personal trainer. All I have to do is show up and you tell me what to eat. You do my meal plans. You tell me what exercises, and I don't have to worry about throwing out my back. Well, that's worth it. I get results in a month rather than me taking 3 years of doing this on my own. Okay. And some people are just there. And you need to make sure you have this. This is the most important part of your packages, whatever it is you sell, that you need to make sure you have available for people to buy and purchase. It doesn't have to be the one that you sell the most of, but it needs to be there. That makes sense? Because it is the one with the most accountability. It is the one that is specific and tailored to your customer and clientele that makes them stand out. And there's all kinds of psychology that goes into this, right? Whether it raises their status, it makes them more money, it's more efficient with their time, all kinds of other things that a lot of people will gladly trade you more money in order to get those things. Does that make sense? If you're not, start thinking about this. If you need help thinking about these different levels of packages, please do yourself a favor. Leave a comment, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, kale@kalehouserleadership.com, and we can absolutely help you through this process. We would love to do so. That is what we do at Kale Houser Leadership. Yeah. So think about that, especially the next time you go into the gym and you look around, and you'll see it, and you'll see the different attitudes and the different results of people at these different price levels or at these different package levels, whether they're doing it on their own, or they're doing it with a group setting, or they're doing it one-on-one with a personal trainer. So figure out how you can be that personal trainer in your industry to your ideal client. Make sense? I hope it does. Hope you have a fantastic afternoon, no matter where you're at in the world. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good afternoon. Bye.